It's late right now, and it's not that late. It's about 9:17 in the evening. And I've been on and off. I've been on Facebook today because I'm on Facebook, and isn't everybody? I preach about the evils of media or social media, and then of course I'm on social media. But I try to be. I want to help. I want to help change the world and make it a better place, and make it somewhere that we're all proud to live in. And especially this country. I want this country to be a better place, and to be somewhere where we help our neighbors and we do what we can to understand them and to try to get them to see the light as far as things are concerned. Everybody wants to blame somebody about yesterday. There's people, a group of people who were Trump supporters. That more and more that's coming out that they were Trump supporters. They weren't Antifa. They weren't BLM. The woman who died was a devout Trump supporter. There was another man who died who was a devout Trump supporter. There were other people that were devout Trump supporters that broke into, and I've seen memes on Facebook and everything, and I haven't done all the research about it all. I've seen memes on Facebook that the guy with the big Viking hat was a white supremacist, that there's some stuff on his chest that denotes that he is a white supremacist. And I'm not saying that he is. I haven't done the research to see whether or not this is true or not. And I'm not going to go as far as saying that it is true, and I don't know that I'll do the research to see if it is true. That is a man who wore a Viking hat and broke into the Capitol yesterday. They broke windows. They pushed the police back. They got into a clash with the police and pushed back and tried to disrupt and or take over the government and its procedures yesterday. And I don't know what their full intent was.
And what happened? You were trying to go inside the Capitol?
Yeah, I made it like a foot inside, and they pushed me out, and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Thank you.
You can look at some of the pictures that were taken beforehand. There was a gallows built. Who were they going to hang? If they were going to hang anybody. Was it a symbol? Was it not? I don't know. It bothers me that a full gallows was built. Stairs and a platform and everything as far as that was concerned. So, somebody had a lot of time to put that together. And nobody stopped them from building it on the ellipsis in front of the White House. Or nobody stopped them from building it on the mall in front of Congress. And maybe it's in a way it's a part of free speech. I don't know. I think free speech may come under attack at some point, or be considered, by the Supreme Court. I don't know. But everybody wants to blame somebody. They want to blame President Trump, and they want to blame Congress, and they want to blame the House, and they want to blame the Trump supporters, and they want to blame BLM and Antifa and Georgia and everything else. And the thing is, it's not any of them. Trump, he incited people who were already upset. They weren't upset. They were upset before Trump. Give me a minute to try to explain what I mean. And it's the same thing with Congress and Ted Cruz and this person and that person and blah, 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 blah. It's the same across the board. They were already upset. Why were they upset? These were people that at some point started out with an idea in their head. They saw something they didn't like. They read something that made sense to them. And it incited them to think about it. And that led them to want to talk about it. And I think what bothers me the most about that idea is that at some point these people probably went to family and friends to discuss these ideas. And there are people out there, I understand, that they're going to come to you, they're going to discuss an idea, and it does not matter how much you talk to them, you will never convince them otherwise. Okay, my brother is stubborn as a mule. I totally get that. He sometimes will listen to you, most of the time he won't. There has been a push in our society, and I see it the most on social media, to get rid of people that you don't want to talk to, that you don't want to hear from, that you don't want to listen to. People with a differing opinion than yours. People with ideas that you don't agree with. And the thing is, people died yesterday. An officer is now dead. The 5 people have died from what happened at the Capitol yesterday. And 4 of those people thought that their life in this country was so in danger that the only avenue left to them was to storm the Capitol and try to take back the government. That's what they thought. How did they get there? How many times did they want to discuss what they felt, how they felt, with family and friends? And how many times were they rejected by these family and friends? How many times were they unfriended by people on the left? Or, I mean, obviously it would be people on the left. These people were right-wing. How many times were they rejected by the people on the left? They wanted to discuss with the people on the left. And the people on the left didn't have the patience to deal with them, for whatever reasons. And had they just had a little patience, maybe that person wouldn't have been at the Capitol yesterday. And had we all had a little patience, maybe those people wouldn't have been at the Capitol yesterday. I have seen a lot on social media in the last 24 hours that really calls for us to put an end to the diversity in this country. And the only way we're going to do that is by listening to each other. That's it. We have got to sit down as a society at the table. You drink tea, coffee, liquor, it doesn't matter. Maybe liquor is not such a good idea, but depending on the company, maybe it is. And discuss these ideas and be willing to listen to the other side. The right has to listen to the left, and the left has to listen to the right. That's the only way. That's the only way. And we want to blame Trump and Congress and the government for this diversity. And the truth is, it's us. It's you. That's the thing. And not you over there who does listen, and not you over there who never unfriends people on Facebook. But if you've ever unfriended anybody on Facebook, if you've ever hung up on anybody who had a differing opinion than yours, if you ever yelled derogatory names at somebody, or said derogatory names online to somebody, or said derogatory names in person to somebody who had a differing opinion than you, or wouldn't date a girl or a guy because they were a little bit too far left or right, and that was your whole reason, then you are the problem. You are. Not people that are willing to listen. Not people that are willing to discuss. Not people that are willing to keep friends no matter what their political beliefs are. Not people that are okay with people voting the way that they feel. But the people that are not. The people that say they're never going to talk to their brother or sister again because the brother or sister voted for Trump or Biden. Not the people who say that the only way forward from this is revolution. Those people are way out there. And, you know, you're either with us or you're against us. You know, if you're not my friend, you're my enemy. Those people are not the ones. If you've ever said called somebody stupid or a moron, or you're not intelligent, or I can't believe you're an idiot, I can't believe that you're racist, I can't believe you're this, I can't believe you're that, blah, 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 in this entire time, then you are the problem. That's where the problem lies. You know, I have friends that, from all walks of life, millionaires, people who are on the other side of the law, that are friends. And the one thing I try to do with every single one of them is understand who they are and try to listen to them, especially when they're feeling down, or when they're feeling depressed, or when they're feeling like the world is against them. And at some point, the people that stormed the Capitol yesterday, they felt like that. And they went looking for somebody to listen. They went looking for somebody to hear them out. And one of two things happened. One, they went looking for somebody who agreed with them, and they kept looking until they found people that agreed with them. Or two, they went looking to discuss how they felt with their friends and family and were turned away. And they kept looking for people to discuss it, and they were eventually left with people that agreed with them. And that's how we ended up here. So, I would say to everyone out there, please, enough's enough. Biden walked off stage yesterday and said enough is enough is enough. He's right. Enough is enough. Like, I've seen Democrat friends and Republican friends since yesterday say enough is enough. We have to heal the diversity in this country. We cannot continue to do this. You cannot continue to spout rhetoric and call people names and tell them they're idiots and treat them as lowlifes because they disagree with you, and stop talking to them because you don't like their opinion. You have got to treat people with respect, and you've got to sit down and talk to each other. We have to sit down and talk to each other, and I do that on a daily basis. I don't take sides as far as politics are concerned. I disagree with taking sides as far as politics are concerned. I think when you vote a solid party ticket, you are not thinking for yourself. You're just letting somebody tell you what to think and do. And we can't do that anymore. We can't have what happened yesterday happen again. And again and again. Enough is enough. We are all human beings in this country. Every one of us. Black, white, Hispanic, brown, Native American, whatever, yellow, I don't know, green, blue, orange, purple. From the purple people eaters to the white people with no color. We're all human beings here. And we have to understand that we all matter. All of us matter. And that we all have feelings. And if somebody in our society is scared, then we have to be willing to try to comfort them. If somebody in our society is being mistreated, then we have to be willing to stand with them so that they're not. If somebody in our society is being treated unfairly, we have to stand with them and make sure that they're treated fairly. Then we have to treat them fairly. We set the example. Not Congress, not the president, not the vice president, not state senators, not our talk show hosts. We do, the people. That's what makes this country great. We set the conversation. And it's time to set the conversation towards unity. So, the next time you're confronted with somebody who has an opinion different than yours, take the time to talk to them and try to understand them and be calm and don't insult them. And if they insult you, calm down and understand that things like that come out of fear. They're afraid. Just as much as you are about the future of this country, they're afraid just as much as anybody about the people around them. And the only way they know to react is to defend themselves. And that's just human nature. So, Take the time. Discuss with each other. Find somebody that you're divided from and fix it. We need that right now. You know the drill. If you ever see me, you get a cup of tea.